in Trust Bank Arena has been a great host for the NCAA tournament. Number 11, Drake. Number 3, Texas Tech. Let's check in with AJ.
Tom, Drake and defense have been synonymous this year, with the Bulldogs limiting teams to just 58 points per game on average. It's been a calling card of Ben McCollum teams, and it's a cultural buy-in, with Daniel Abreu telling me, yeah, they know other teams might have better scorers, but this Drake team strives to be the grittier team, and that buy-in on defense has really paid off this year, guys.
Big time, AJ. Absolutely. Here are the lineups for today's ball game. We mentioned Chance McMillan is out for Texas Tech. They overcame it in their last game. Let's see if they can overcome it again. JT Toppin, who Steve talked about in the open, he did have a double-double, but his coaches think he can provide even more here this afternoon. Grant McCasland is the head coach of Texas Tech. He and Ben McCollum, the head coach of Drake, have gone back years. They are very close friends. We'll get into that story a little bit more. Nate Harris is at center court, and the second round of the NCAA tournament is underway, and the very talented Elijah Hawkins has the basketball for Texas Tech. Here's Toppin initiating immediately. Yao. They were working with him yesterday to make sure they took care of him, and Abreu with the steal. That's some quick hands right out of the gate.
Yes, indeed. Excellent work by Abreu. They worked on that high hands, and also they said, let's get deflections after deflections.
They do make some passes that are interesting. They rely on their teammates' athleticism to catch those passes. Stirts along the baseline. Runner is good. 2-0 Drake.
They do not panic. They shrink possessions. They shrink the court defensively. Part of the reason why they came up with that steal.
So they have the early lead. Here's Williams. He has that calf injury, which he has been battling. You see the red on his calf. It doesn't deter him there.
I think that's Texas Tech's advantage. Early on, they go ISO ball, back-to-back possessions with both bigs, trying to put some pressure and some foul trouble on that front line of Drake.
Williams averages 14.5 per game. Yao hands it off to Stirts. That's a great matchup. The alley-oop, good catch. The stumble leaves it for Jackson. Back up top for Stirts.
Patience, quality shots, high percentage. They don't force shots. They move it around and get great looks.
Jackson did have a good look. The ball tipped around. It remains Drake basketball. Ben McCollum has won 4 national championships on the Division II level. He's trying to move that style into Division I, and it certainly has worked.
You know what I love, Tab and Tom, when he talked about being a smaller team? We try to bully the bully. That's the one thing he said. We come out and try to initiate.
Yao up top to Abreu for 3, no good. And Toppin with his first rebound.
All their offense is built on space, cuts, unselfish handle of the basketball.
And there's Toppin. They want to get him engaged early in the paint.
And it's so good because they shoot the 3-ball. You see how the floor is spaced, and when he rolls, there's a long run for those guys to get back in the paint to try to stop him from scoring.
I think it's pretty simple for Grant McCasland's team. Keep the ball out of the paint and get the ball to the paint.
Stirts covered out front by Williams. Stirts stumbles, bounce pass to Abreu for 3. Yes!
They're so patient. They move the ball. They know where their spots are, and they try to make the rotation a pass to a pass and a half late. And if you are late, they're going to make the shot.
I will also say that at practice yesterday, we kind of saw more of their personality, and Abreu certainly has a little personality. Very light
matchup for anybody with Williams. He is a low down there.
And he just forced his way right past Mascari, and he's able to kiss it off the glass.
He is 6'6", and he is built for power. He plays at his pace, and he knows he has an advantage on the block against Drake.
He was the Mountain West Rookie of the Year at Nevada before he transferred to Texas Tech.
And there's JT Toppin gobbling up rebounds. Once again, Williams, I love this big-to-big pick and rolls, and now you get a chance to get it to Toppin on the move.
You're going to have more ball pressure on the passer and try to take that high-low away. That's a great action because you can't help on that high-low entry.
He has 4 points. He's come in now with 986 points in his career, and Texas Tech is right out of the gate, 4 for 4 from the floor. Jackson outside to Abreu.
They do an excellent job of the bounce pass.
Shot clock at 5. That doesn't affect them. Jackson, shot clock at 2. Fadeaway jumper. It's good. Over the top of Christian Anderson.
Such a mature group of guys that just really enjoy playing together. You were mentioning yesterday at practice, you can see how much they enjoy just playing basketball, playing hoops.
Yeah, only one scholarship player returned from last year's Drake team. It's Nate Ferguson. First round coverage of the NCAA Division I Women's Basketball Championship continues tonight on ESPN, ESPN2, ESPNU, and ESPN News. For more information on games and times and listings, go to ncaa.com. Into the game for the first time is Kevin Overton, the transfer from Drake, who actually went to Sunrise Christian, which is right outside of Wichita. His high school coach is now an assistant coach for Texas Tech.
Interesting right now, Tavion Banks guarding JT Toppin. You would think it would be a mismatch, but he does an excellent job of playing big. He's only 6'7", 200 pounds, but boy, does he play bigger.
If JT gets low, he's got to get lower. That's the only advantage he has to use that leverage, because the length is definitely in JT Toppin's favor.
Stirts to Banks. Banks throws it up. Oh, how about that shot? Here we go again.
Are we going to play horse
Here we go again.
That's an H already.
Oh, man.
They hit some circus shots against Missouri.
They got it all the way to HORS. We probably could have given another shot an E, but
I mean, they have hands that are active. They call it stick and swipe. They come out hands high, and then they swipe down.
Anderson up top, shot clock at 10, covered by Muscari. He didn't have a great game the other day. He was a little under the weather. Shot clock at 5. He'll go to the basket, sweeps it, and lays it in. I guess he's feeling good.
Yes, he is. This is a young kid I've been knowing since a long time, since he's about 6 years old. He works hard. He's a freshman, and the moment is not too big. He's either going to make shots or miss shots.
10 points in the paint so far for Texas Tech. A little different story than their last game when they shot all those threes.
Elijah Hawkins doing a good job not letting Bennett Stirts get the ball back, Tom.
Elijah Hawkins is one of the more gifted guards in college basketball, offensively and defensively. He's got the ball in his hand now for Texas Tech.
Totally. Amen that time. You're talking about a guy who had 13 points, 10 assists, and 9 rebounds at his size. Close to a triple-double.
Last game, Texas Tech set an NCAA record for threes attempted in a game, in a tournament game. Toppin, hook shot, it's good. It's so smooth. He's got 6 early points as he's closing in on 1,000 for his career.
Great spacing by Grant McCasland's team to take away help, and JT Toppin so quick over that right shoulder.
I said in the open, he is second in scoring on hook shots. That is unbelievable.
It's an art.
That's
not an easy shot either.
No. Banks jumper short. And a rebound pulled out by Walton.
You won't see Drake give up very many fast break points. They don't like to crash the offensive glass. They'd rather build their defense.
Daniel's about to check back in. Overton said it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to face his old school and to do it here in Wichita. He'll cut to the basket, sweeps it, no good. Stirts with the rebound.
You can't help off the weak side because Kerwin Walton is standing over there in the corner. He had 8 threes against UNC Wilmington.
It is amazing. They have not attempted a 3 so far tonight. And they had 46 the other day.
I think if they're going to single coverage on the low block, they got to keep going to that recipe.
Stirts, fadeaway jumper. Boy, he must have done that a million times in his backyard. It's a 1-point lead for Drake. He has 4.
Never changes his expression. He leads the team on all the right side of the box score things as well. Assists, steals, reads the second level so well.
He does an excellent job of using his size, his skill set. He's another kid that will not get rattled.
Walton for 3, no good. Rebound easily plucked off the glass by Jackson. I thought it was interesting when Ben McCollum said that Stirts is totally the opposite of him. And he said, that's good.
This is good for Bennett Stirts because we haven't had a whistle in a while.
That's true.
He's more minutes than anyone, so he's not going to get tired.
No, not at all. This is a kid that loves to play basketball and plays. Last game, he played 40 minutes.
Yeah, he and Mascari both played 40 minutes. That 3 by Abreu gives him 6.
The last 3 games, Bennett has played 40 minutes.
He's played 40 minutes 24 times this season.
Incredible.
It's amazing.
Here's Overton along the baseline. He lost it underneath. Kicks it back out. Hawkins thought about it. Shot clock at 3. Hawkins with the shot clock at 2. And that's the first whistle of this first half. Take a breath, everybody. 4-point lead for Drake. Time for It Takes More, presented by Powerade. More in the paint for Texas Tech.
Oh, it is. As you can see, Darian Williams doing a nice job down there in the paint. He has a couple buckets. They're running him off the 3-point line. Christian Anderson drives the basketball. JT Toppin has scored. They have 10 out of their 12 points from the paint.
Walton's runner. It's off the front of the rim. Rebound is ripped down by Cale Combs.
Now that Federico is in the game, you've got another longer player that can protect inside out and someone that is a lob threat for Texas Tech.
Yeah, they put Christian Anderson on Stirts. Stirts sweeps it into the paint, and the jump shot is good. Little soft jump shot by Combs.
Such good action away from the ball, right? I mean, it's constant movement by Drake.
Timely cuts. They understand when to cut. Keep space, but when to cut.
7-0 run. 3-pointer up top, no good. Williams with the rebound, and the putback is good. Count the bucket, a foul.
That is a rebound. Is it yours, Debbie, or is it mine? And Darren Williams said, it's mine. We got it.
Watch whip-around coverage of all men's games with Fast Break, presented by AT&T and the March Madness Live app. Look at those shirts. Look at those ties. Moments ago, A.J. Ross caught up with Grant McCasland.
Coach, you anticipated the pressure you're going to see from Drake today. You're getting some good looks inside. What do you think about the way your team has responded to their pressure?
Well, ultimately, we're not getting stops. I mean, it's not hard to figure out. You better be more physical. They're playing through their cutters in space. We're over helping them, and they're just getting too easy of a rhythm shot. We got to apply more pressure when they catch it. We like how we're guarding them. We just don't like the pressure.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Welcome.
Grant McCasland and Ben McCollum, we mentioned, have known each other forever from the Division II ranks. Jeff Linder, the former coach of Wyoming, an assistant for Texas Tech, even closer with Ben McCollum. They text all the time as Williams goes to the free throw line. Who would have thought when they had their scrimmage back before the season began that these two teams would face each other in the second round of the NCAA tournaments? Incredible. 3-point game. Combs looks for Mascari. He has not gotten a shot off yet to the free throw line. Back to Combs.
They just accelerate through their action so well.
More aggressive guarding. Mascari shot clock at 4. Heaves it no good. Federico with the rebound.
Yeah, I love what the Red Raiders did on that. That was basically a 2-3 zone. They packed it in and disguised it as a man-to-man.
They also got into the bodies of them a little bit more, too. That ball was deflected away by the freshman Howard. And Williams will quickly get back into his offensive end with the shot clock at 10. He'll launch a 3. It's good. He rattles it home.
What a start for Darian Williams. Inside and out. Somebody's got to pick up some of the scoring, minus Chance McMillan.
He has 10 already.
Look how they're playing defense right now. They are basically playing off guys and saying, hey, we're going to put pressure on the ball, but when you come off, we're going to play off guys and give up open shots.
Stirts gives it to Manial. Great two-man game, and he's fouled going up.
If you don't jump to the ball, you're going to get beat backdoor.
Darian Williams called for the foul. That's his first. Team's first. Tied up at 18. Manial to the free throw line. Manial 4 points in the Missouri Valley tournament. 7 points against Missouri. And he makes the first one. Refresh Madness with Coke Zero Sugar to get an exclusive offer in the Wendy's app.
You know, guys, I went to a clinic at Florida a couple summers ago that Larry Shiat hosted, and Ben McCollum was one of the speakers. He was the only D2 guy that was there that was speaking with a bunch of D1 and NBA guys. And the notes that I took, because I pulled them back out because I was curious. Concept first, precision second. And he lets his guys scrimmage a lot, and they just play, and they try to figure out decisions on their own. And he believes cutting and shooting are the best ways to create space, and you can see it in his offense.
Absolutely. Williams has it blocked away. He'll get it back. He's got 12 early points. He's got the team's offense on his shoulders.
He's so skillful, but more importantly, he has a body as a power forward, but the skill set to be able to drive it off the bounce. He is a tough cover. It's not a perfect defender for him.
Banks gets it right back to Stirts. Stirts backing his way in. Fadeaway jumper, no good. It just squeezed off the side of the rim.
Good D by Hawkins.
He's not the biggest guy on the floor, but he certainly is in your grill. Toppin, spinning, throwing, backing.
You let him get to that right shoulder. He is so quick with that move inside.
The hook shot is a hard shot, Tom. And I'm telling you, this young guy can score in any which way with that shot.
Cohen's trying to answer it off the glass. No good. Toppin with another rebound.
Really good D, being vertical at the rim.
Here's Hawkins up top, middle three, no good, and Banks with the rebound. I asked Toppin about the hook shot. I said, you know, guys don't use the hook shot anymore. When did you learn it? How did you figure out that it was going to be effective? He said, I learned it when I was younger. I just kept doing it, and nobody was defending it, so I just kept getting better at it. As the foul is called on Hawkins.
Well, let's watch this, Tom and Deb. Catch it in traffic, go right to it, off the glass. He has such a good feel. Watching him do it in practice, he was going off the glass at a lot of different angles, and that's a tough angle straight on.
Coaching staff said that he's got such humility, he doesn't really even know he's as good as he is. I think he's going to know it as the years go on.
We know it.
We know it.
We've seen it.
We know it.
Second team All-American by multiple publications, including being Big 12 Player of the Year.
And Big 12 Newcomer of the Year.
Jackson into the paint. Shot clock is at 2. Abreu from 17 got his feet set. It just pinballed in and out. And already Toppin's got 4 rebounds.
The box out by JT Toppin. To go grab the rebound, textbook fundamentally with 2 hands.
Forcing the action. He's fouled going up. 2-point lead. Texas Tech is on top. Toppin to the free throw line when we return. Time now for our tournament summary. How about the Big Ten? They're 9-0 so far. In the ACC, see ya. First time since '75 without multiple ACC teams advancing into the second round. And I just want to say Pig Suey. That's because Arkansas defeated St. John's and advanced to the Sweet 16. Let's check in with A.J. Ross, who moments ago talked to Ben McCollum.
Coach, it's been back and forth, emotions high. How would you assess your team's physicality and pace to start this one?
Not very good right now. We're not playing very well. Offensively, had a good rhythm early. Defensively, we're just kind of letting them do whatever they want. We got to be a lot better defensively.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
If anything, he's honest because he's been with a lot of these guys for so long. There are 4 players that came with him from Northwest Missouri State.
I mean, his team is shooting 50% from the floor, 40% from 3, and hasn't missed a free throw yet. He's worried about the other end of the floor. Right. That's the way he sees the game. He sees it through a defensive lens first.
Totally was spot on. The rhythm they haven't had.
That's not how I see it. I see it the other way.
You see it offensively?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
100%. If you can score, you can play whatever kind of defense you want.
I see it both ways, but I only like offense.
Yeah, see? That's why you and I got along so well, right? At the jump.
Stirts off the glass. And he's had a couple shots that have come in and out. Another rebound for Toppin.
JT Toppin just is gobbling up these.
Here he goes. Laid it in. A little finger roll. What a surprise visit to the rim. He has 12 early points and a timeout by Drake. Texas Tech is flipping the script from game 1, from outside to inside. City of Wichita has been a great host to the NCAA tournament. It's the 13th time that they've hosted the NCAA tournament. Texas Tech leads this one 25-20. Steve, what'd you like about this?
Well, let's watch this right here. Federico runs the floor right here. Let's take a look at him and let's keep going. He gets the rim run assist. I'm going to make up a new stat. Stop it again. Yep. One more time because he occupies the defender. Here comes JT Toppin with the bucket. He gets to score there, but I thought Federico got the run assist. We making up a new stat.
Man, the other day, Hey, screen assist, cut assist, rim run assist. I love it too.
Combs feeds the front of the rim, so that calms it a little bit. It's only a 3-point game, 25-22, but you saw the timeout immediately after that rim run.
Tom, I like how you said that. It's only a 3-point game, but doesn't the rhythm and the feel just like Texas Tech?
It does.
And you look up, Drake says, we're not going anywhere.
Overton up top to Toppin, covered by Abreu. The Hawkins tough pass, shot clock at 8. Quick move along the baseline. Overton, low post, lefty no good. Stirts with the rebound. Stirts with 4 points so far. He's 2 of 5 from the floor.
Let's see if they can get Stirts something going right here. But there's not a lot of scripted offense here. It's playing without the ball.
Watch live men's games on your computer, phone, tablet, or streaming device with NCAA March Madness Live. Download now. Little pitter-patter of feet from Abreu. That's where the turnover happens. Williams is back in for Texas Tech.
As much of a rhythm team that Drake is on the offensive end, this is right here where they need to get their rhythm back by getting a few stops so they can get something easy. As JT Toppin is going to work inside.
He sure is. He has 13. He and Williams have combined for 25 of the 27 points.
The size and the skill set from those two guys have been a problem for the Bulldogs right now. He is so good, and he is used to playing against bigger defenders.
Manial up top. Mascari has not really been involved in the offense. He's fouled, though, by Walton.
JT Toppin doing a good job of getting position inside. Nice job to use the rim to get to the other side. Good ball fake and finish at the rim inside. He's just having his way in there.
Well, there you see the scores. 25 of 27 have come from the two guys.
You know, Tom, coaches listen to me and Dad. He didn't get a lot of touches in that first game, and they still won. Beautiful three right there. He is getting them today. Even though they knocked down threes, he did not get enough touches, in our opinion.
But we knew from talking to Coach McCasland yesterday at practice that they were going to feature their interior guys in this matchup to start the first half for sure, because they knew they had an advantage there.
Dale Combs, by the way, having an advantage for Drake. He has 7 points. Hawkins into the paint, sweeping, and got the spin.
If you're going to go away from that post up to JT Toppin, you better score.
Yeah, for sure.
To the goal.
Elijah Hawkins, he's one of those players. He can do whatever he wants there because he plays so hard. He gets guys easy buckets, and boy, does he compete on this end, the defensive end. Watch him right now against a bigger offensive player.
And Stirts fadeaway jumper again. He feathers that rim as good as anybody we've seen.
Both his baskets are in that isolation against Hawkins, or 2 of his baskets. In that action right there.
Williams into the paint. Williams has it blocked away, but Toppin cleans it up. Toppin with 15. He continues to get closer and closer to 1,000 points.
Darian Williams drew so much attention, they forgot about JT Toppins.
Really such a change. 24 points in the paint in this game. Last game, they shot an NCAA record 3. Stirts leaves it for Banks. Banks gets himself comfortable. Blocked away by Toppin. He's having himself a game.
He said it in the first game. I thought that he could be the breakout player in this NCAA tournament. He's that good.
Williams off the glass, too strong. Combs with the rebound. Combs transferred from Wyoming. His coach, his old coach, is on the bench for Texas Tech. And he tried another one. Williams with the rebound. Here comes Anderson.
Now Drake's playing Texas Tech's pace.
Is that good?
No.
I thought it wasn't good. 3.5 to play. A little jab step by Williams. And a steal by Stirts out of bounds.
Let's watch JT Toppin. We've talked about him a lot. He's done an excellent job for the Red Raiders scoring the basketball. Somebody has to block him out. Please block him out.
31-27, Texas Tech is on top. Our game summary, we highlight that bottom note. 24 points in the paint for Texas Tech already. They had 24 on Thursday the entire game.
I think it's good coaching by Coach McCasland, taking advantage of what the game provides. They know they have an advantage on the interior. They got the Big 12 Player of the Year. He was patient the other night. You're going to feed him until they stop him.
He was so correct, Deb. He was 6 of 8 versus UNC Wilmington. He is 7 for 8 already, and he still has 3 minutes and 29 seconds left.
Hawkins to Williams. Williams off the glass, and it's good.
They cannot stop their big guys right now, and they are. Texas Tech is running great stuff to get Williams and Toppin the basketball with 2 feet in the paint.
It's already 5 assists for Hawkins. He just tied the Siegel season record for Texas Tech school history. Holmes leaves it for Banks. That's a tough pass. Stolen away by Williams.
Good defense by the Red Raiders. They swarmed, and they got back. They had to peel back, and they did a nice job. And Williams
Drake is
gobbled it up.
a gap-heavy team. They've got to do a better job of keeping the ball in front and out of the paint. There you go. Force a perimeter jump shot right now. Make them pass it back out on the interior.
This is a 21-9 run for Texas Tech that has allowed them to build to a 6-point lead, but everything's at 2. Abreu up top, his third 3 attempt. It's good. He's got 3 tonight.
That's the other problem, too, is that Drake has not been able to score against the Texas Tech D, so they haven't been able to get locked and loaded on the other end.
3-point lead for Texas Tech coming up on AT&T at the half. Get all the scores and highlights, plus the latest NCAA tournament news. That's all coming up on AT&T at the half. Drake needed this basket, didn't they, Deb?
They sure did, and this is a really nice job. Keep it in the middle third. Drop coverage by Williams. Abreu capable. He is a 36% three-point shooter. They need some threes.
Ben McCollum calls him his hybrid because he can do so many different things. Toppin down low, double team comes, he kicks out.
Great hands by Toppin, great catch. I love to see all these young players, they play off 2 feet.
Hawkins for 3, no good. Mascari with the rebound, so now a 3-point game, 2 minutes to go in the first half.
How about Drake just showing some toughness right here, hanging in.
Stirts. Slight hesitation.
Switching that ball screen action.
Stirts thought about it. Mascari gets his feet set. That's short. That was partially blocked. Ball is loose. Abreu's got it. Gives it off to Howard. Shot clock at 1. He got it off, but it's no good. And Toppin with another rebound. That's 8 rebounds for Toppin. 15 points, 8 rebounds. Toppin. Pass. Wow, what a look.
Let me tell you something, Deb.
Manuel, I don't know what he was doing.
That was not a curveball. That was a fastball right down the middle, Tom.
Yeah, he put the number 1 down. That's what he wanted, the local.
Manuel did a good job early in the possession, meeting Toppin at the top of the floor, but then you just let him move freely. You got to stay attached if you're going to stay that close to him.
Let's watch this by Darren Williams. Catches the basketball, and wow, did he put that one on the money. Manuel said, Deb, you said everything I was supposed to do, but guess what? That ball came so quick, I couldn't get there. Tom, that was a heater?
That was a heater. Heater. That's what we say, Steve.
Okay.
1 minute to play. Williams lost control, taps it to the corner. Anderson, we thought about it. He got it back. He goes in. No good. Toppin with the rebound. It's loose. Anderson has it on the floor. Ripped out by the Bulldogs. Here comes Howard, the freshman. High stepping. Hesitation. No good. And the ball out of bounds. It'll be Texas Tech ball.
Let me tell you, Elijah Hawkins played that fast break unbelievably. Showed that he was setting up to take a charge and then took another angle. And unfortunately for Isaiah Howard, he had nowhere to go.
A difference of about 5 seconds, shot clock, game clock. And Hawkins is going to hesitate up top. The 2 bigs are in for Drake. It's Banks and Manuel. Walton trying to go down low to Toppin, and he's fouled.
Well, that's a break for Texas Tech because Walton had a terrible angle to make that entry.
Well, we mentioned that Hawkins had tied the school record for assists in a season. He's got 5 so far. Really an unbelievable player, the transfer. John Roberson. Here's Toppin, 9 seconds left. Toppin backing his way in. He's going to go with that hook shot into the paint. Toppin, good! And that is 1,001 career points, and it ends the first half. What a half, 19 points, 8 rebounds. He's over 1,000.
Take your time, patient, bump, and then elevate and soft touch. They got up there on the bracket and just stopped and fell in.
It's he and Darian Williams. They put together a heck of a show in the first half to give Texas Tech a 7-point lead. Speaking of Darian, here's AJ.
Darian smiling. You and JT combined for 33 points. He just crossed the 1,000-point career threshold. How would you describe the chemistry between you two in that first half?
Man, it's just whoever's cooking right now on the team is going to get the ball. Whoever we feel like has a matchup can get it. And nobody has an ego, so whoever scores, and we're all happy for each other.
How do you keep this momentum going in the second half?
Just play harder than them. They're a really good team, really well coached, so we know they're going to come out the second half and play good basketball, so we just got to play even harder.
Thank you for the time.
They have the lead. They're doing all this without Chance McMillan, who has 14 points per game. Yeah, we're having a party here in Wichita. First half is in the books. We're going to AT&T at the half after these messages. You're watching the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship. And by the way, he's played 20 minutes. Mascari's played 20 minutes. They got to get Mascari involved a little bit more too, don't they?
I think he's had a hard time getting open from 3, but I do think Texas Tech has done a great job running shooters off the 3-point line into their help in the middle of the floor.
We call that, he's on his scout report, do not leave him. That's what they're doing right now, and they're staying glued to Mitch.
All right, opening possession of the second half. The winner moves on to the Sweet 16. Stirts, Jackson, two-man game off the screen. Stirts back to Jackson, runner, too strong. Toppin rips down the rebound. He has 9 rebounds, 1 away from a double-double.
And Bennett Stirts has 6 assists, no turnovers. He loves that get action against pressure, but I think sometimes he needs to come off that and look to score.
Saw that note on Texas Tech. They dominate when they lead at the half. Shot no good. Mascari with the rebound. He got a little word of advice from Stirts. Those guys have played a lot of games together over the last 3 years. Trailed by 5 or more. They've come from behind 11 times. 1 or more. They've had 1. The 12 points was the peak. That was against Belmont. Stirts for 3. It's good.
That's what I'm talking about. Excellent job. Bennett Stirts gets to see a big basket, gets his feet under his shoulders.
And I think for the Drake Bulldogs, watch out for Darren Williams. He's playing a lot of center field. Isaiah Jackson's going to have to be active, whether he's scoring, whether he's setting picks, in great hands, but they called a foul.
There's a late call on that foul. Marcus Pettigrew called that foul.
Watch the screening action right here. He comes off that. He does a really good job of coming off that, ready to score. This is the screen right here. And a nice job of knocking it down.
That foul on Jackson was his second one. Gives the shot clock back to 20. Williams foul going up. He'll go to the free throw line for 2. So 2 quick fouls against Drake. Daniel Abreu called for his second foul. And Williams, who's an 84% free throw shooter. This is his 3rd trip to the NCAA tournament. Does it get easier, Steve, each time you go back?
Not really, because your goal is to win a national championship, and I think you put a lot of pressure on you. I would say as the years go by, when you start to become a senior, a junior and a senior, you start to put a little pressure on it, but it's the best time of the year. It's the greatest.
It's the greatest
It's the
sporting
greatest.
event.
That was his dad, Leon, who was watching. You could see him pacing back and forth. He makes both free throws. He has 6. Look, he's rocking.
Yeah, he is.
Rocking.
He's nervous, but he got to be proud right now because Darian Williams has played terrific so far.
39-33. Hawkins on Stirts, off the screen, back past to Maniac. Kept his pivot, but steal by Williams into the hands of Hawkins.
He's been playing center field. He's playing off his guys.
Anderson up top, no good, off the front of the rim. He's been short on a lot of his threes in this tournament so far.
Drake just has to keep chipping away right here. Keep shifting the defense. Keep playing side to side, inside out, and moving without the ball. That's when they're at their best. That's how you get the defense shifted and in rotation.
Brayu sets the screen, Stirts to the baseline, fadeaway jumper, no good. Jackson had it, lost it out of bounds. It'll be Texas Tech ball. Get complete coverage of the NCAA Division I Women's Tournament on NCAA.com. And if you're in Birmingham next week, that's where Deb's going to be.
Can't wait. The women's tournament is outstanding so far.
Tom Deb said I can go with her.
You're going to go to Birmingham. It's an easy drive for you from Atlanta.
You can come with me.
Into the paint, Williams. Runner is good over the top of Banks. I think he just said something to the Drake fans.
He just gave a little.
They were giving him up, and he had a little hook. He had a little hook down there, a little chicken wing hanging down there. 18
points. Stirts, high post fadeaway jumper, no good, and Toppin with the rebound. That, ladies and gentlemen, is his 17th double-double of the year.
We'll have 17 minutes left in this game.
Anderson from the corner, in and out. And Brayu gets that rebound. 8-point game. Just need a good possession here for Drake.
Hawkins playing, Stirts, no catch.
Ascari sets the screen to try to free him. They go to the corner. Brayu for three. It's good. He's got 4 threes.
He's going to have to keep knocking those down. They're playing off of him, and he's making them pay.
That's your 4-man right there.
Helped the Northwest Missouri State team to the national title. Last year he had 17 points in the title game. Williams is getting rid of all the obstacles. And the ball stolen away. Stirts right on the floor. Sealed by Combs. Stirts going right to the rim. Lays it in. And on the opposite end, this is not a good sign. Darian Williams is holding his Achilles, his right Achilles. Oh, man, and Dad is no doubt concerned. Everybody is concerned. Right there. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you can see when he first heard it, Tom and Deb, and then he tried to play through it.
Well, he just popped up and ran off the floor, so
he'll be back.
He'll be back. And Dad's looking at it. Either that or he's looking at the fact that we said he was rocking back and forth. Well, it's a 3-point game. Good job by the officials, too, to recognize that he was down and just give him a moment to then reset this ball game. Overton will check in for him. See, right there, he got it caught. He grimaced earlier in that play.
Hope he's okay.
Anderson, quick first step. Got some separation from Ascari. Open for three. Keeps on shooting. No good. Ball tipped. Walton's got it. Toppin.
Great catch.
Toppin. It's good. He is red hot today.
The pass took him off the post, Deb, but he grabbed it, gobbled it up. Patience, playing through traffic, playing through hands. He made that look easy, but it was not.
I think he can make every catch.
21 points for Toppin. He's got a double-double. Banks to Stirts, back to Banks. Banks goes in, swatted away by Toppin, and he kept it in bounds. Hawkins just throws it up and draws the foul on Stirts. Then McCollum had to be brought back. He got a technical foul. These two guys know each other quite well. It's a 5-point game. Pivotal part of this game just happened. It's a 5-point lead for Texas Tech, but when we were in our timeout, this play by Drake, there was no foul call. Look at Ben McCollum. He's working with Doug Shows, saying there had to be a foul there. Gene Steratore is with us. Gene, I know you've watched this sequence. What do you think about this one, which led to the technical foul on Ben McCollum?
Honestly, Tommy, I felt like that was a good no call because the defender left his feet and walled up. So you're not in a normal block charge situation. Defender keeps his verticality, walls up, incidental contact to go the other way. Then we could see Coach chasing Doug Schals. He's out of the box, and then he doesn't stop, actually, even after then what I thought was a good foul on the next play because you had a little hip bump on a driving player. At that point now, you've got to call a technical foul. He's out of the box, and then he is also, pretty animated.
So we're shooting the 2 technical free throws first. Then Hawkins, who was the player that was fouled by Stirts, will get 2 more free throws.
Right, so he made both of them. And Gene, we were talking during the break, sometimes you do this, you got to calm things down a little bit. So that's, it's going to be a huge swing no matter what happens. But Ben McCollum has calmed down.
You're right, Tom. And then I think at times, too, you may do it to try to motivate your team. But as I've been watching this game, they don't need any motivation. No. You're looking at a situation now where you may take a lead and it extends from what would have been a 4 or 5 point differential to something rather significant. I don't think this is one of those types of technical fouls that you need to motivate your guys. They seem to be pretty well dialed in.
Gene, thank you. We appreciate it. Hawkins has made all 3. Here's the 4th. He makes all 4.
Huge possession offensively for the Drake Bulldogs right now. And if you're the Red Raiders, you want to get a stop and score to put a lot of pressure on the Bulldogs.
Largest lead of the night for Texas Tech. Stirts to Banks, back to Stirts. No look past baseline. Combs searching. Not much is there. Little traffic jam up top. Stirts for 3. No good. Too strong. Battle for the rebound. Abreu's got it. Abreu leaves it down low for Maniau. Or excuse me, leaves it down low for Banks. Banks caught. Back to Abreu. Abreu into a double team. Combs. Abreu puts it on the deck. Shot clock is down to 5. Leans in. Doesn't get the roll. And they want a little foul call. I don't know. They just looked like there was action in there.
I don't think it was a foul. You give them a lot of credit. Drake did everything they could. That was a tough layup that didn't go in.
And there's an offensive foul. TNT is your new home for Roland Garros. Watch the stars of the tennis world descend on Paris beginning on May 25th on TNT and stream on Max. First foul on Overton. First team foul, too.
Good job by Sturt to hold his ground right there and pick that foul up.
Williams is back on the bench for Texas Tech. And Combs, again, couldn't get it, but he's fouled.
Smart play by the Drake Bulldogs there. They said, hey, let's go at Hawkins. Let's put a bigger guy on him and try to post up, get a bucket, or get to the free throw line.
Second foul for Hawkins. Williams is about to check back in. And a timeout is called. Ben McCollum asked for the timeout. 47-38. Woo. Take a breath, Wichita. It's time for Power Forward, presented by Nissan. Guys, Texas Tech is shooting 64% on 2-point field goals.
You take what the game gives you. 3s the other night, 2s tonight. Whatever it takes to get the W. They've been terrific off the bounce, and the gap protection of Drake has just relented. Too many opportunities to the paint.
Look at that, 34 points in the paint. 10 for Drake. Combs to the free throw line. Combs so far with 7. This is only the 3rd free throw attempt for Drake. And he makes the first one. Stream CBS Sports HQ, your free 24/7 snapshot of all the sports that matter to you. Catch highlights, in-depth analysis, and breaking news anywhere you are. Download the CBS Sports app to watch today.
Steve, the other thing is, this is a much different looking rim for Texas Tech than it is in the Big 12 when you're going against Drake. You know, the space is different, the size is different, and you can continue to attack inside out.
Yeah, they're doing a nice job, the Red Raiders. They understand where they have their advantage. You see Toppin, you see Darren Williams stepping up. You see how he's moving.
Face guard him a little bit.
Shot clock at 10. Back to Williams. Hawkins. He and Williams up top. Toppin on the far side. Williams, there's a double team. Just throws it up. Ball's tipped around, and it's a shot clock violation.
Excellent defense by the Drake Bulldogs. Also understood Williams had the advantage. I love the way the double team came over. And then they had to fight on the boards. They all did that, all the Bulldogs.
I thought Abreu did a really good job early in that possession of fronting JT Toppin and not letting him get a catch on the block.
How about only 4 turnovers for each team so far?
Well coached, both teams.
cut from the same mold on so many levels. Mascari up top to Combs. Abreu for three. He's feeling it tonight. He's got 15.
Yes, he is.
They kept working to get the advantage of numbers on one side of the floor. It's well designed.
He is having a game shooting the basketball. Shoots it about at 36%.
Hawkins and Toppin. They clear everybody out for Toppin. It's a strong side. Little hedge. Mascari tried to steal it away. Hawkins for three. No good. Ball tipped up, and everything is tipping the right way for Williams.
Let me tell you, Williams carved out a lot of space, and they leaned on him. They pushed him. He didn't budge. And got a chance to get that tip in for the offensive rebound and a bucket.
Wide 6-6 on the weak side.
He has 20. He and Toppin have combined for 41. Stirts goes in. Nobody's there. Lays it in. But there's the answer for Drake. That's 13 for Stirts.
They're bringing the fight right now.
Threw the ball into the post. And it was a decoy. Nice little screen for Bennett, and he drove the lane and scored it.
To the corner. Hawkins, his three short, and a foul is called on Combs. It'll be 3 shots for Hawkins, who just made 4 in a row from the free throw line.
Dale Combs, he just closed out too hard. Dab went into him, and yes, that is a foul up top. Unfortunately for the Drake Bulldogs, it gives Hawkins 3 shots.
Combs has had a nice game off the bench.
Got to chop your feet, come up short, and contest.
All right, so the first of 3. They're now 9 of 10 from the free throw line. He's 5 for 5. Mentioned the assist record that he had tied earlier. Well, they've given him an extra one here, so he now has the all-time lead for a season at Texas Tech. Great honor. Makes the second one. Join award-winning actress Eva Longoria for a culinary journey across Spain in the new CNN original series, Eva Longoria, Searching for Spain. Premiering Sunday, April 27th at 9, only on CNN.
As many assists as Elijah Hawkins has had. Wait till the next game when we have Ryan Nembhard come in here from Gonzaga. He's over 330 assists in a single season.
Well, he's also crisp from the free throw line. That's amazing to think about. We're talking about the fact that Hawkins has had such a great year distributing, and then you just add to it with Nembhard.
Another 100 assists.
7-point game. Drake this year, the largest they've trailed was to Belmont by 12. Motion offense, shot clock at 7. Starts little hesitation, stops, fades, no good. Abreu tipped it. Here comes Hawkins. Walton to Anderson. Federico wanted a high-low.
Good job sitting on his legs.
Good pass.
Anderson, floater, off.
Sometimes you miss shots, but that's good offense by the Red Raiders. They moved it.
Mascari, by the way, has still only attempted 2 shots. He averages 10. Combs' runner, too strong.
I didn't know if Combs wanted to shoot that or pass that one down.
I was wondering if he was looking too.
Looked like he was going to pass that.
Well, Stirts is so good at using ball screens. He very seldom rejects a screen.
Texas Tech, by the way, now 1 for 10 from beyond the arc, but it's the interior that they're dominating tonight.
Hawkins doing a good job of getting in front of that post-up. You got Federico at the rim, a great shot blocker.
Oh, nice fake by Banks. He got Federico off his feet. He lays it in.
Gotta see man and ball if you're the Red Raiders.
Grant McCasland is upset with Federico for leaving his feet.
5-point game, 15 bench points for Drake. Zippo for Texas Tech off the bench. They've just needed their 2 big guys. Hawkins, a little hesitation. Shot clock at 5. Williams thought about the alley-oop. I don't know if that is something that you can lay out. It went off the backboard, hit the hand of Federico, went down. And I think they're saying it's a
basket interference.
Basket interference. Here we go. Oh, yeah, he hit the rim. Wipe it away. Even though it looked kind of cool. All right, Jamie, thank you very much. Here during our break, we looked at it again. They did count the bucket. And Steve, you sort of saw it right away.
Yeah, at first you thought it was basket interference. When that replay, uh-oh, there's an out-of-bounds play. He touched the basketball on the outside of the cylinder.
Right there.
It's not goaltending, and it's like he's going up for the dunk, but he did not have basket interference. The rim did not move for it to be basket interference, so that's a good bucket.
Abreu for three, and that one rolls off the side of the rim. Now, for those of us that have never slammed before, we didn't realize that was the case, but you used an analogy. It's kind of like a slam dunk.
I did. Just kind of going up for a dunk and kind of losing it.
Just want to do it one time, Steve, just so you know. Walton for three. Again, that's not their game today. They've only made one three-pointer today.
41 of their 52 combined between Williams and Toppin.
Scary. 7-point game. 9:15 to play for a chance to go to San Francisco. Stirts. They just left him alone.
No, he manipulated that bucket.
Did he?
Sure did,
because he gave the ball fake and a pump fake, and he froze the defender. That's a smart play.
Uses the screens so well.
Do you think he asked him where his hometown was just to get him off the mark like you used to do?
Yeah, he showed him eyes, he showed him ball fake, and then Williams shows him strength.
He gets an advantage. They had a 2-on-1 at the rim. That's by habit and by design of Ben McCollum.
By the way, now 43 points combined between Toppin and Williams. That was the 22nd point for Williams. Howard up off the glass. The freshman no good. Williams with the rebound. Williams now with 5 rebounds.
The other thing, Texas Tech has done a good job of spreading out the Duke defense, or the Drake defense, so they can't get in the gaps.
And Hawkins goes right to the rim. A timeout called by Ben McCollum. 58-49, 8:13 to play in the second half. It's the 2-point game today for Texas Tech. And Hawkins wanted a taste. Time now for nonstop protection presented by Degree. And JT Toppin's had a whale of a game offensively, but also defensively.
He has. He's done a nice job, as you can see. His size, his timing on shot block. He's been a problem for the Bulldogs down there. Both ends of the court, he has been dominant.
He's got such great defensive habits. He moves his feet well. He's active with his hands. He can blow up ball screen action, which gives Grant McCasland options there. He can switch onto the perimeter.
Well, we hit the 8-minute mark here in the second half. Combs in the paint. Combs doesn't get it to roll. It's picked out of the air by Combs, and a foul on the floor.
And in this game, Deb, he has 21 points, 11 rebounds. What also is huge for me, he has no fouls, and so he can be aggressive.
The foul was on Overton. Just the third team foul.
Be a little bit more active in ball screen coverage. Maybe go for a few more blocks.
Again, Mascari touched that ball there. He only has 2 shots here tonight. Combs off the bench. He's been good. He gets another bucket. He has 11 points. It's a 7-point game.
Drake doesn't play zone, and they don't like to press, so they're going to have to get it done right here in the quarter court.
Manyow is covering up Toppin one-on-one. Little help from Stirts on the weak side. Problem is you can't leave Kerwin Walton alone. Shot clock down to 7. Anderson step back 3. And Manyow with a good box out.
It's a good job for the Bulldogs there.
The 0 for 5 from beyond the arc is Anderson. He's been short on every one.
Under 7 to play. Again, the winner moves on to play in San Francisco against Arkansas. How about that skip pass?
Great pass, great closeout.
Abreu pounding his way in the paint, caught with his pivot foot, 3 on the shot clock, grazes the front of the rim.
Devin Overton, what a closeout. He got there in a hurry.
Got everybody off their feet, and he'll go to the free throw line.
That's providing a spark off the bench right there. Texas Tech only has 2 points off the bench so far. Overton doing a nice job getting up the floor and converting quickly back to offense.
Overton averages 8. He has no points tonight. 80% free throw shooter. Spins it in his hand and lets it fly. Refresh the madness with Coke Zero Sugar to get an exclusive offer in the Wendy's app. The 51. Overton, we mentioned earlier, played for Drake last year, and Darren DeVries. After the coaching change, everybody left. He decided to transfer, and his high school coach at Sunrise Christian, just outside of Wichita, is on the Texas Tech staff, and that's who he called almost immediately. So that's where he found a home at Texas Tech. He said yesterday, he said, I think it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to play here, just the way it lined up to play Drake. Stirts, baseline, Combs again. Boy, what a game he's having.
Really nice job working out of the short corner. And Bennett Stirts, when he gets to wheeling and dealing in the middle of the floor, you got to put a little bit more pressure, make him feel you on the defensive end.
There's the help for Toppin. Slip pass underneath, and another assist for Hawkins. Yeah, he sees it.
That's it. The assist is by Hawkins for Tom. When you get double team like JT Toppin and you fire a fastball out, Hawkins gets a chance to pump fake. The defense is off balance, and he makes that assist easy for Hawkins.
Stirts slips it. Manuel back to Stirts.
On the catch on Masco.
Stirts for 3. Felt like he was hit. Toppin with another rebound. That's 12 rebounds. Overton. 21 points, 12 rebounds for Toppin. Again, they're playing without Chance McMillan, who averages 14 a game and 4 rebounds per game. He's missed the last couple of ball games. Toppin, he's not missing much tonight.
I mean, just overpowering on the inside. Everything to the weak side, and you go naked side 2-man and just deliver the rock.
Largest lead.
Tom, what I loved there was he caught it, he fought, but then his footwork is impeccable down on the block.
And Stirts going up. It's blocked away by Toppin.
Did he time that one straight up? And he said, no, no, no.
I have to say, I watched Williams' face as he was coming up the floor, and Williams went, woo.
I think that kid's always smiling.
Yeah, he is smiling. He's engaged.
I think that goes like what Deb said the last time. Back to big post up. Let Williams feed the post.
Hawkins with a crossover, skips it to the corner. They leave it for Toppin, and he's going to get a trip to the free throw line.
JT Toppin. He has worked. He seals. He shapes up. He ducks in on his defense, and then on the other end, staying vertical. To Steve's point about Toppin not having any fouls, Manuel only has 1 also. He's going to have to be more aggressive in that matchup with Toppin.
Yeah, they gave that foul to Abreu, so that's his 3rd. So Toppin to the free throw line. 70% for the year. I don't think he thought he got that one. His parents getting a chance to watch him play here. Banks is in, so they're going to go bigger here with Combs going out. And now the second shot. Ask JT Toppin what the difference is this year to last year. I mean, he had a good year at New Mexico, but nothing like this. He said, and I don't mean this as a slight, there's more players, so I'm not double teamed as much as I used to be.
Well, he's decision-making, learning how to play in the short roll, learning how to play in a different system.
Banks goes diving in, and Toppin fouls him.
Well, he can be aggressive. He thought he went straight up and down. got the foul. But with only his first foul, he definitely can be aggressive on the defensive end right now with 4:06 left.
I thought he was vertical.
Grant McCasland still directed some traffic. So Banks to the free throw line. He makes the first one. We asked Grant McCasland and Ben McCollum both about playing against each other because they're such close friends, with Jeff Linder, the former coach of Wyoming, who's on the Texas Tech bench. And they both kind of said the same thing. They said it's like brothers playing pickup basketball. You know, you may not agree with everything. You may bump each other. He said, but after the game, you know, you kind of just move on because you're so competitive. Listen, they're so close. They have vacation together. In fact, this is in Wyoming. You know, Jeff Linder's one of the four. There's Ben McCollum and Grant McCasland. Ben said, I don't have time for golf. He goes, I got time for fishing.
I know. Broke my heart, me and Debbie's heart.
Yeah,
he said he didn't have time for golf. He said, I don't play golf.
We only have time for golf.
That's just a great friendship. Two competitors going at it. And they both said the right things. And that's right. They're going to come out here and compete. Both these guys are fiery. Somebody has to lose. They understand that, but they have both done an unbelievable job this season.
Banks, the second free throw is good. There was even a point where McCasland wanted Ben McCollum to come on his staff, and he said, I might have done it if I didn't want to be a head coach. That's why he stayed at Northwest Missouri State.
He had a lot of success there. 4 national championships in Division II.
9-point game, under 4 to play. Shout out to them, by the way. They're in the Elite 8 in Division II this year. Williams up off the glass. Just too strong.
Yes, too big, too strong, too determined.
Once he gets his shoulder by you, you can't knock him off his path at all.
And Banks trying to go dive into Williams. Williams said something to him, and Williams called for the foul. 67-56, 3:29 left to see who moves on to the Sweet 16. All right, JB, thank you. This one is still tight, 67-56. 3:29 to play, second half. Banks will go to the free throw line.
It's hard to believe that Drake has only trailed in, what, half a dozen games all season. And right here, they're going to have to make free throws, and then they're going to have to take some gambles here on defense in the quarter court. I don't really think they like to press. I think you could still go sticking to your principles defensively here for a few more possessions.
Banks makes both of the free throws to make it a 9-point game. So 3-possession game, 3:29 to play. Yeah, the guys that came from Northwest Missouri State with Ben McCollum, they haven't lost much in their 3 years together. The 4 of them, 91-11 coming into this game as Manyow is called for the foul. Our game summary, 48 points in the paint for Texas Tech. They had 13 threes on Thursday night. They have 1 today.
Well, this is a sign of a team that's well balanced.
Yes.
They can beat you from the outside. They can beat you from the inside. But what I love is that next intangible, they guard. They really come out and guard. So they have the ingredients to win a national championship.
Lost in the Big 12 semis to Arizona, 86-80.
Solid point guard play. Hawkins gives them what they need. Toppin inside. Rim runner and a scorer around the rim and defends the rim as well. Then, of course, we know they can shoot the 3.
Also missing Chance McMillan, who can flat out play. Shoots it at 53, 43, and 88 and averages 14 points.
Stirts off. Last bucket was over 9 minutes in this first half. Mascari, his 3rd shot of the day. Loose ball out of bounds off Drake. 3 minutes to play. It's a 10-point game.
Well, I mean, I'm with Deb. You can't sit back right now if you're the Bulldogs. You've got to come up and take chances defensively.
Hawkins is an excellent free throw shooter, too, in a late game situation. He's a closer at the line.
8 of 9 today. He has 12 points. Anderson finally gets the 3 to go down.
Not how many you make, it's when you make them.
Largest lead of the night. It's the largest deficit that Drake has faced. Here comes Hawkins. We got you, buddy.
Good job.
Whoa. You all right? Yes, sir. Thank you, Christian. Christian Anderson cleaning up some of the water that popped out.
The hustle.
Let me tell you something, Tom.
I protected
Deb had
you.
your back.
I got you, Steve. I had
Guess what? Tom, sorry to say, I did not move. Deb had you.
Here he comes. Whoop. Boy, he came flying, didn't he?
Did.
Stirts to the baseline. Howard. Mascari. Mascari gets everybody up off their feet and...
Let's watch this.
We got a little home cooking on this one. Here we
right
come.
into us.
I had him.
I had a really late reaction.
You really did. You really didn't move.
Well, Steve, I think we've told you you're one of the calmest people that I've ever met. You really were there too.
You were in danger. Tom gave him a little elbow chuck.
The light stayed on. Mascari missed the free throw. 9 of 11 from the free throw line. Mascari, if this is his last game, he's been cool from the floor, and it's like a... Steve, you've been through this. Deb, you've been through this. Sometimes it gets caught in your head a little bit when you miss shots. A little slump.
They've just done a great job on him. They have not let him see any space.
It's going to be really hard to press Hawkins. You got to put 2 on the ball to get
so
out
fast.
of his hands.
Oh, look at that. He faked the pass, just went right in for some daylight. Hawkins has 14.
Untrappable, unflappable.
And Hawkins called for the foul.
Either run 2 at him, and look at the handle right here.
Oh, that ball fake.
Ben,
Rose Banks. He is stuck right there. An easy layup for Hawkins.
3 fouls on Hawkins. And Stirts will go to the free throw line. Bennett Stirts still has a year left of eligibility for Drake. And a timeout is called. 1:50 to play in the second half. 73-58. Does Drake have one last run? Oh, JT Toppin just trying to massage that calf right now just to make sure it's loose. 73-58. Texas Tech is on top. And how about Darian Williams and Toppin together? Williams has really come to life these last few minutes.
he's fantastic. I mean, he uses the hips and shoulders game to get past his defenders. And he plays the game low to high, which makes him explosive. He's not above the rim guy. He's a guy that can score around the rim with counters. He can shoot the three. His handle is decent enough. And he's a winner. You can see the way his teammates galvanize around him.
And you said he's always got a smile on his face. I went out for the referees meeting with the captains. Doug Schaus invited me out, and he was smiling the entire time he was out there. Stirts, front end of the 1-and-1, converts.
You know, Dab, I haven't disagreed with Tom this entire 2 days, but they didn't invite you out there, Tom. You went out there.
No.
Steve and I were wondering where you were going.
He just left us, Dab. He just left us.
Doug Schaus said, hey, you want to come out to the meeting? I said, sure, I'll come out to the meeting. I think he was surprised I said yes. Missed that second free throw. All right, now pressure by Drake. They got to stretch this game out a little bit.
They've got to speed it up and get some possession.
There's a deflection.
10
seconds.
10 seconds. There you go.
So it's 14, and they'll get possession. 7 of 16 from beyond the arc. Mascari took a breather. Now he comes in. It's been light on turnovers this game. That's just the 5th for Texas Tech.
That was the element of surprise because Brent McCasland knows that Drake doesn't like to press very much. They didn't have anybody in the middle.
And here is Stirts just going right to the rim and laying it in. And a timeout called by Ben McCollum. So they're down to 1 timeout with 1:32 to play. 73-61. Can there be a little magic left in March for the Drake Bulldogs? They call that timeout. They're down to 1. What is Ben McCollum trying to tell his team at this point?
Tips, deflections, try to get a steal.
Other teams waiting for game 2, Gonzaga and Houston. Texas Tech will inbound. Hawkins and Williams. They just had a 10-second violation. They were able to break the press there. And Jackson fouls. And it'll send Hawkins, probably not the guy you want at the free throw line, but they had to stop the clock. And don't forget, coming up next, Houston and Gonzaga will tip at approximately 8:40 Eastern time. What a heavyweight battle that one's going to be between those two coaches.
I thought a great job by the Red Raiders on that press offensively. They made sure they got Christian Anderson in the middle. The guy had to stay with him. And then Williams is so big and so strong and can see over the top. Did a nice job of getting it across half court.
Mascari back in the game for Drake for a three-point shooter. They need some threes right now. So Texas Tech's going to run them off the three-point line, switch, make sure they don't get a clean look.
Hawkins today 9 of 10 from the free throw line. Make it 10 of 11. He has 16. Williams has 26. Toppin has 25. Only 3 other players have scored today for Texas Tech, playing without Chance McMillan. Howard to Abreu. Abreu, turnaround jumper, no good. Ball tipped around. Williams comes out of the pile with it. He's fouled. And he's starting to feel it now. 1:04 left on the clock. And the Red Raiders fans, they traveled well to Wichita.
They just watch Williams. Look at him on the glass right here. Such a great kid.
Yeah, I mean, we talked to him, and he's got a humble servant's heart about his teammates, that's for sure.
No doubt. Up to the free throw line, 84% converts. And now coming into the ball game for Drake is Nate Ferguson. Ferguson is the only scholarship holdover from Darren DeVries' team last year. He had an opportunity to move on elsewhere, but he waited and waited. They consulted him about the head coaching job, about who would be here just to talk to him about it. He decided to wait after the coaching staff called him and said, "We'd like you to come back." He's the only one. But a good presence of leadership. Yep. Stirts for 3, splashes it home. He has 21. 77-64. Hawkins just too quick, running away from everybody.
Losing some clock.
Overton, Anderson. Drake's about to empty the bench back up, bringing some of the other players in. Texas Tech fans are coming to their feet. Shot clock is down to 7, 5, 4. They're trying to decide who's going to shoot or nobody will. Williams lets it fly off the front of the rim. And Stirts comes up.
Girl one said, "No, you're not going to get me a 10-point turnover.
You don't want me to have a turnover."
Timeout called. So here come the subs. And what a tip of the cap to Bennett Stirts. What a year he had, huh?
Absolutely. MVP of the Missouri Valley, the Larry Bird Trophy. What a year for Drake. 31 wins, the Valley regular season and tournament title, and what a great story they have been here in March.
I totally agree. I just think Ben McCollum has done such a fantastic job. Hats off to them. Love for the fans to know they only had about 9 players able to suit up to play. They only started the season with 12.
Captured more than the Heartland, that's
big
for sure.
time. And he also, Bennett Stirts and Mascari and all those other guys, they proved that Division II can play on Division I. Clock will wind out. Texas Tech will win it 77-64. The two great friends, or the three great friends, McCasland, McCollum, Jeff Linder will meet at midcourt. It is the 7th trip to the Sweet 16 for Texas Tech. They are heading to California as they win it by a final score of 77-64. The brackets will look like this. They'll take on Arkansas, 3 against 10. They're 40-40 all time against each other. Let's check in with A.J. Ross, who's with J.T. Toppin.
JT, phenomenal game. Your 17th double-double of the season. You passed the 1,000-point career mark. How sweet is this for you and this team going to the Sweet 16 now?
It's just amazing, man. I love this team, man. We've been through so much. We just stick together. Everybody's unselfish. It's an amazing feeling. I love it for my teammates.
Love this for you guys, and we were really happy to see this happen. You have 9 players on this team with NCAA experience. How much does it give you confidence as you look ahead?
Say it again. My fault.
You have 9 players with NCAA experience, tournament experience. How much confidence does that give you going forward?
It just gives us a lot of confidence knowing that we all been here. Most of us hasn't beat the first round of the playoffs, so it means a lot, man. Just to do it with these guys, man. I love these guys. NBA Toppin.
Congratulations.
Chance McMillan and the rest of the Texas Tech Red Raiders congratulate J.T. Toppin. We congratulate them as well as they knock off Drake. Tune in to CBS and TBS Now for live second-round games for the upcoming game on TNT. It's Gonzaga and Houston. But first, we'll send you to our studio for Capital One Tournament Central right after this.